Good morning, Woodhounds, and welcome back to the Back 40 Firewood channel. I hope everyone had a great 4th of July weekend and enjoyed their time with their friends and family. I know there wasn't a lot of activities going on, but hopefully you were able to still find time to rest, relax, and just enjoy life. What we're going to be doing, enjoying life today, we're going to be splitting up some of this red oak. But before we get to it, I'm going to take you guys kind of through my thought process here of what I'm going to do to prepare for the split. We may not get to the split, but I'm going to prepare for it. And I'm going to show you guys some updates and changes I've made in the wood yard. Yes, once again, I've changed things up. Can you tell that part of my real world job is to innovate and create and be like always looking for ways to improve and change things? So once again, we have moved the splitting location to what I'm thinking is going to be, I know you've heard this before, but this is working out to be much better than the previous positions I've had it in. So we'll get to that. So with this oak, what I want to do is I kind of want to pick out the right size pieces for either the 6-way wedge or the 4-way wedge, depending on, we're going to start with the 6-way. So what I'm going to do is just kind of go through and try to find some of those rounds that are like just the perfect size. The one time through, 6 pieces, we're done. You can see up here, there's some of that smaller limb wood. So like with that stuff, I know that that's usually like a one pass through. So instead of, adjusting the wedge up and down and getting it back centered to where you want it, I'm gonna probably then set those aside and get to splitting those at a different time as well. So that's kind of my plan right now. That's, like I said, that's one of the things I've found that works best when I'm bringing the wood over to the splitter. Obviously, if I had the splitter just sitting right here, whatever piece was closest, I would grab that and split. But like I said, it does get to be, if you're adjusting your wedge and making changes, either, taking the 4-way off for like some of these bigger rounds to break them down, or just needing like that one pass through for the smaller stuff, I think it helps to be a little bit more efficient. I know you obviously handle the wood twice. I'm gonna pick it up, I'm gonna put it in the bucket, I'm gonna take it over there, I'm gonna dump it off and have it all staged out, ready to go. But, like I said before, I'm not trying to crunch any production quotas here. I'm just out this morning getting ready to enjoy some time splitting my favorite wood, red oak. So let me show you some of the things that I've kind of changed here in the wood yard. So there's our mountain of wood that we were building past few videos. What I have done is now I have stacked, I'm probably going to stack a row in the front here, maybe about 2.5, 3 feet high, just to kind of keep pieces from falling out. But now what I do is I will bring the wood over in the bucket and just dump it on top of this. So I'm still gonna let this pile in a pile to see how it seasons. This is where we used to have the splitter. And it was fine, it was a decent location, but it wasn't very good for bringing the wood to it and then getting the wood, if I'm not gonna be throwing the wood on this pile, it wasn't gonna work good to take the wood away. So what I wanna do is, for this red oak, is I've got my 2 rows of pine boiler wood size chunks there. So I'm just gonna continue, actually right on the end of that, I'm just gonna start stacking my oak right with that pine. I'm gonna stack all from that pine down to that tree right there. And that's just gonna stay there until probably a year or 2 from now. So this wood that we're going to be stacking here is not going to be burned this fall. It'll be burned in the next season, maybe late spring next year. But so that's the location where we're going to set up. I'm going to come back and get some pallets set up. I've kind of leveled up, threw some fill in there to kind of level things off a little bit. But now the splitter has moved over there. Oh yeah. So what I found is I can come in this way, drop the wood off, dump it, go get some more, or then I can back in with either the carryall or I can drive in with the bucket, get the wood right off the splitter, and then it gives me easy access to drive down here to stack it, or drive over there where I've started stacking. So it just gives me a little more like grand central hub where I can come in, get out. The flow is nice. When I had the splitter sitting over here before, in between those trees, the tough thing was when I had the carryall on, I would have to drive up towards that stack, and then I'd have to back in, and then when I was pulling out, it just wasn't easy. It wasn't an easy flow driving the tractor around. So now that I'm done adding to this pile, where I'm not just splitting and tossing, I kind of thought about it and I've tested it out. I've been doing some splitting and this seems to work good. So this is, like I said, the new location under the canopy here. So as you can see from the end of the splitter, I've got nice access coming in, nice access going out. I can even go down that lane. I've got 1, 2, 3 lanes of traffic flow into and out of this location. This is my junk, or odds and ends pile. This again is going to be just piled. This is mostly the stuff that I use in my fire pit and for like the Back 40 live streams when we have fires. So I'm just going to keep building this here, and it works great because when I have an oddball chunk that I'm splitting, I can just toss it right over there, out of the way. I also have down there my kindling bin, which I'm not sure how much more kindling I'm going to need, but I've got that nice and full. I can toss it from the splitter, toss it right into there, and once that gets full, I'm just going to toss it on the side here. So behind me is my pile of wood that I don't keep, my rejected pieces and my little kindling splits. Easy from where I'm operating to just toss it, turn and toss. When I drop wood off here, I've kind of started laying down these chips. Again, here I can either bring in logs and cut them here, buck them, or I can just drop off the rounds, which I'm going to be doing with this red oak. So yeah, there it is. That's the new, like I said, the new grand central hub of the wood yard. So enough chitter chatter, let's get at her. We are loaded up again, and this oak, let me tell you, it is heavy. So I have added, I just quick grabbed a little ballast back here, a little counterweight, because those buckets, when they get full with oak, like that. Yeah, they have a little weight to them. So now we got to get this area set up over here for stacking. I did just dump off a bunch of those pallets. I'm gonna have to move a few of them, but that's no problem. We'll see how level the ground is as well. But we got the pallets down our line here. Got three of them down. That should be good to get started. We've got over here at the splitter, I've got a good amount of rounds lined up right here. I might bring over another bucket. So I think we're set. We are going to get some of this red oak split up, but that's going to be coming up in the next video with the amazing Amanda out here. And what I think we're going to do, we're just going to split into the bucket because that's easier to get in over there than the carryall. And with this oak, it adds up fast in weight. So if I loaded up that carryall, I don't know, it might be a little too much. That frame is already bent a little bit. So I think just to be safe and to make it easy off the end of the splitter, we're just going to go right into the bucket and then over to the stack. So that's going to do it, Woodhounds. We got the pallets ready. We got the wood ready. We're all ready to go. We're going to get ready to split up this red oak with the 6-way wedge. And we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, have fun, and be cool.